to Outdoor Learning, week 3. We're still on the trail of the Holy Grail, and this week is all about the Lady of the Lake. So we're going to plan some more writing. We're going to identify the part played by evaporation in the water cycle. We're going to strengthen materials, we're going to join materials, and we're going to have a bit of fun. So, our handsome archaeologist and historian Indiana Bones II has tenaciously followed the trail of young Arthur and Charles the Candlemaker to the lakes near Avalon. What did indeed happen here? How does the story unfold? Did they get advice from the mythical Lady of the Lake? Over to you, Indiana. What lady?
Hello, Indiana Bones II here. Hello, how are you? I'm still out on the trail of Arthur and the Holy Grail. Now we're heading towards a lake where there's meant to be a lady who will give Arthur a bit more information to help him on his adventure. Now please follow us and let's see if we can find the Holy Grail. Good luck.
The sunset was the most beautiful thing they had ever seen, but still they waited for a sign. The lady refused to appear. They waited all night, and they were beginning to think that their quest would stop here. The morning came, and they sat wondering if Merlin had been wrong. As the sun rose out of the sky, there appeared to be a mist rising from the still water of the lake. Was this a sign? Was this the moment? It looked like the water was letting off heat or steam. Or was it just the water cycle in action? So, what is the water cycle? Have you ever wondered where water comes from and where it goes? Planet Earth only has a limited supply of water, and it is continually recycled. Now, this is called the water cycle. Do you want to know how it works? Well, let me explain. To begin with, precipitation occurs. That's just a big word for rain or snow or hail or sleet. When so much water has formed in the sky that the air can't hold it anymore. It's cooler up there, so the water vapor turns into clouds. The clouds get heavier and heavier, and eventually water falls back down to earth as rain. When water falls back to earth as precipitation, that's rain, it falls onto the oceans, lakes and rivers, and also falls onto the land. When it falls onto the land, lots of it finds its way to rivers and oceans and lakes. The rest of it soaks into the earth and is stored as groundwater. Now this is called infiltration. Interesting, huh? The sun then heats up the water in the oceans, lakes and rivers. When water is heated, it turns into water vapor or steam. So it changes from a liquid to a gas. The water vapor or steam then rises from the oceans, lakes and rivers and goes up into the air. This process is called evaporation. When the water vapor gets high enough, it cools down again, becomes heavier, and this leads to clouds forming. The clouds then get heavy and they are unable to hold the water vapor for too long. As a result, rain droplets form and it starts to rain. This process is called condensation. You might have seen it on your windows sometimes. Maybe this is what Arthur saw. So, now you know all about the water cycle. I would like you to create a labeled diagram of your own that shows how the water cycle works. Make sure that you include clear drawings of each part of the process and label it with the correct vocabulary. Maybe you can use some colours to make your diagram look really special. So, here's a diagram for you. This will help you. It's got the different parts of the water cycle, and it's also got some key vocabulary down the side. So when you're ready, grab a piece of paper and a pencil and some colouring pencils and draw a diagram for me of the water cycle. Can you label each part using the correct vocabulary? So pause the video and good luck. Back to the story. Suddenly, though, through the mist, Charles thought he could see the water rippling. "Look!" he shouted. "Something is happening!" They both stared in anticipation as something slowly rose out of the water. It looked shiny and made of metal. It rose out of the bright blue water majestically, followed by a hand, then an arm, and then they both gasped. It was a sword, held by the most beautiful lady they had ever seen. She rose out of the water like an angel and appeared to glide across the surface towards them. Arthur and Charles stood there open-mouthed. When she reached the banks of the lake, she stopped and spoke. "I am the Lady of the Lake. I am required to give you this sword, Excalibur, so that you can continue on your quest to find the Holy Grail. You must take it and travel east for 3 days. There you will find a brave knight. Give him Excalibur, and he will help you on the next part of your journey." Arthur and Charles just nodded. They were transfixed by the Lady of the Lake. Arthur took the sword and mumbled, "Well, thank you." And with that, she disappeared into thin air. "Wow!" whispered Arthur. They walked off in silence, heading east to find the brave knight who would help them. The sword felt heavy in Arthur's hand. So the sword is Excalibur, the legendary sword of King Arthur, which is said to have had magical powers. Wow! What magical powers could a sword have, do you think? Pause the video and write down a few ideas. Go! So, hope you've come up with some good ideas. Would the sword protect you and keep you alive in battle? Wow, I wonder. So, your next task is to design and make a sword just like Excalibur. Can you use what you can find at home? Things like cardboard, maybe wood, paper, card, maybe some foil. Have you got some glue and scissors and tape? Look, here's a picture of the one I have made. It's made of gold with a solid silver tip, diamonds in the handle, and the name Excalibur on it, made out of wood. Can you use what you can to make a sword? How could you join the handle to the blade? Have a think, plan out what you're going to do, and find all your bits. Now, I'm really looking forward to seeing some really cool swords. I also want you to think about what magical powers it has. So, pause the video, go and get everything you need, and make your very own Excalibur. Good luck. So, back to the story. The two travellers headed east at speed and with a spring in their step. Now, a mile from the lake, they had come across 2 white horses, so they climbed on and galloped at speed to their destination. Maybe the Lady of the Lake had something to do with it. Maybe she had 2 horses. Maybe they were sent from her to help out the travellers. Seems a bit of a coincidence to me. They travelled all day and rested for a short while at night, eager to meet their brave knight. On day 3, exhausted and saddle-sore, they came across a mysterious figure in a dark cloak sitting under a tree. Was this their mysterious brave knight? Pause the video and think, who could this person be? Go. Well, as usual, you'll have to wait until next week to find out who this mysterious figure is. It's your turn now. Can you plan and write the next part of your story by next week, please? So, things to think about. How was their journey to the lake? What happened at the lake? Describe who they met. What object are they given? Who do they have to go and find? And how was their second part of their journey? So again, I've got a planning grid for you to help you out. Paragraphs 1, 2 and 3 all have lots of different ideas there for you. Setting the scene, describing the Lady of the Lake, introducing the mysterious character maybe. So you've got room to write your own ideas and lots of key vocabulary. I think I've used quite a lot of good words, so you need to use good words too. So now it's time to get on with your writing. By next week I want to see the third part of your story done. Good luck. Remember to spend time thinking and planning so you have some good ideas. Then get writing. See you all next week, guys. Bye.